What up, y'all? Cameron back with another video. Finally, the Nets season has kicked off. Well, preseason has kicked off and they actually been playing 2 games so far. Jeremy Lin had looked not so good in one of them and looked pretty good in another one. So I'm going to break it down. So the first game, the Nets beat the Knicks 115-107, and Jeremy Lin didn't have his best game of all time. He went 2 for 9 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3, which is not bad. And he scored 8.3 rebounds, 3 assists in 21 minutes. That's not very good. And then his partner in crime, D'Angelo Russell, actually had a really good game with 19 points. I'm really happy for him. The Nets beat the Knicks 115-107, and they were down early. They were down by 10 early. One thing I learned about watching the game is that the Nets are really deep. Most of the dudes can play, and if Atkinson wants to, he can really spread the lineup. He can really go like a 12-man rotation, but of course you shouldn't really be doing that in the NBA because that dilutes your talent. I really hope he plays Russell and Lin around 32 minutes a game. Perhaps only bring in the bench guys when Russell and Lin are not doing too well or when they get injured or something. The Nets are really deep and the Knicks just couldn't keep up. And then the next game, they actually blew out the Miami Heat 107-88. Lin had a really good game and he went 5 for 7, 2 for 3 from 3-point line, 16 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds in 24 minutes. That is some really good numbers. Only took 7 shots to get his 16 points, which is very efficient. Meanwhile, D'Angelo Russell didn't have a very good game. I think he went something like 4 for 14 with like 6 points. Russell has been taking a lot of shots these last 2 games, and Lin has been really not taking as much as he has, because I think Lin is much better with his shot selection while Russell is more of a gunslinger. I mean, that's not really a fault to either person. It's just their play style. But I really hope Russell, dials it back a little bit and becomes smarter with his shot taking, and Lin perhaps take more shots, and so their shot attempts can be more similar when the season starts. And actually what I heard is that Atkinson had actually been talking to Russell about his quick shot selection, and Russell is really talented. I mean, he doesn't drive much, he likes to shoot a lot, but he is tall, so he can get his shot off really quick. Reminds me of James Harden with his left-handed shot. It's hard to fault him for shooting so much. One thing I observed while watching these 2 games is that Lin, the first game, he looked a little bit slow. Like it's like you going back to school after a long summer holiday, and you're just like, well, how do I do this then? How do I do that again? He just looked a little sluggish. First I thought it was his hair, but then yeah, he wasn't driving very much, and his shots look off. Like some of the threes, some of the shots he taken was like way off and looked really tentative, while Russell was making everything. He was really accurate. The second game, the Heat game, I was really happy about Lin. He looks like he got his mojo back all together. His shots was dropping. He was finding guys. He was finding Mozgov. He was throwing all these fancy passes. There was the nice no look. I forgot whom it was. I think it was to Russell, but he didn't make it. The second game was probably going to be more likened to the version of Lin we're going to see in the regular season, so I'm really happy about that. Both games are won by the Nets, and the Nets are no jokes, folks. If they keep this up, I hope this is not just some mirage in the preseason or something. I hope it's something that can be sustained and that the Nets are for real. I'm not saying NBA 2018 champions or anything, but I'm probably gonna say 35 wins playoff team. 35 wins can get them in the playoffs. It's not that hard of a feat, I don't think. And if Lin and Russell plays like this, they're gonna get there. I think they're gonna win. They're gonna win enough games to get in the playoffs and be exciting. And before I want to wrap up this video, I want to talk about another Lin news. You guys might have all heard about now, so I'm not going to recap the story. But pretty much, Kenyon Martin disses Lin about his dreads hairstyle, and the first thing I want to say is that Kenyon dreads has been worn by many cultures and many people, that they're not exclusive to African Americans or Africans. So you telling Lin that he can't wear it because of his race, it's really racist. Lin clapped back with a really polite rebuttal and pointed out Kenyon Martin's Chinese tattoos. It shows how much of a hypocrite he is, and that was the perfect response by Jeremy Lin, and I cannot be more proud. And to the Lin fans that posted on Kenyon Martin's Instagram calling him the N-word, I advise people not to. Two wrongs don't make a right. And it's not. I totally agree with Jeremy Lin. That's not what he stands for, and that's not what I'm personally about as well. As soon as you stoop to another person's level, your argument automatically validates itself, in my opinion. We all need to take the high ground like Jeremy Lin, in my opinion, in order to have your voice resonate, because you can't be in a shouting match and still be heard. You might be louder, but you won't be heard. So that's it, guys. I want to wrap up this video. If you like this content and you want to see more, you want me to post more often, please just tell me about it down below, and I will try to make more videos more often. And that's it, guys. If you like what you see, leave a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you next time. Peace out.